Washington, Reuters, the Trump administration is nearing completion of a new a Buy Americana Euro plan that calls for U.S. military attachés and diplomats to help drum up billions of dollars more in business overseas for the American weapons industry, going beyond the assistance they currently provide, U.S. officials said. President Donald Trump as early as February is expected to announce a Euro or EU-haul of government a Euro effort to ease export rules on purchases by foreign countries of U.S. made military equipment, from fighter jets and drones to warships and artillery, according to people familiar with the plan. Trump is seeking to fulfill a 2016 election campaign promise to create jobs in the United States by selling more goods and services abroad to bring down the U.S. trade deficit from a 6-year high of $50 billion. The administration is also under pressure from U.S. defense contractors facing growing competition from foreign rivals such as China and Russia. But any loosening of the restrictions on weapons sales would be in defiance of human rights and arms control advocates who said there was too great a risk of fueling violence in regions such as the Middle East and South Asia or arms being diverted to be used in terrorist attacks. Besides greater use of a network of military and commercial attachés already stationed at U.S. embassies in foreign capitals, senior officials who spoke on condition of anonymity said another thrust of the plan will be to set in motion a realignment of the International Trafficking in Arms Regulations, ITAR. It is a central policy governing arms exports since 1976 and has not been fully revamped in more than 3 decades. This expanded government effort on behalf of American arms makers, together with looser restrictions on weapons exports and more favorable treatment of sales to non-NATO allies and partners, could bring additional billions of dollars in deals and more jobs, a senior U.S. official said, without providing specifics. The strategy of having the Pentagon and the U.S. State Department take a more active role in securing foreign arms deals could especially benefit major defense contractors such as Lockheed Martin and Boeing CO. We want to see those guys, the commercial and military attachés, unfettered to be salesmen for this stuff, to be promoters said the senior administration official, who is close to the internal deliberations and spoke on condition of anonymity. A State Department official, asked to confirm details of the coming new policy, said the revamped approach gives our partners a greater capacity to help share the burden of international security, benefits the defense industrial base and will provide more good jobs for American workers. The White House and Pentagon declined official comment. Defense industry officials and lobbyists have privately welcomed what they expect will be a more sales-friendly approach. It is unclear how deeply the diplomats and military officers overseas will delve into deal-making and what guidelines will be established, said officials in the administration. Trump, a Republican, has the legal authority to direct government embassy security assistance officers both military personnel and civilians, to do more to help drive arms sales. Administration officials see this group, which already has duties such as managing military aid overseas and providing information to foreign governments for buying U.S. arms, as underutilized by previous presidents. Graphic on U.S. arms sales, tmsnrt.r/2czkzmb. A backseat a Euro trademark for human rights? One national security analyst said that easing export restrictions to allow defense contractors to reap greater profits internationally would increase the danger of top-of-the-line U.S. weapons going to governments with poor human rights records or being used by militants. Ethi's administration has demonstrated from the very beginning that human rights have taken a backseat to economic concerns, said Rachel Stoll, director of the Conventional Defense Program at the Stimson Center in Washington. And the short-sightedness of a new arms export policy could have serious long-term implications. The administration officials said human rights considerations would remain part of the formula for arms sales decisions. But they said such reviews would now afford greater weight than before to whether a deal would be good for the U.S. economy and strengthen America trademark's defense industrial base, in which case red tape would be cut accordingly. Rules to make it easier to sell U.S.-made military drones overseas and compete against fast-growing Chinese and Israeli rivals are also expected to be in the Trump plan, officials said. Trump, a Euro trademark's Democratic predecessor, Barack Obama, also sought to make it easier to sell to America Euro trademark's most trusted allies, but in a more cautious approach that his administration billed as a way to boost American business while keeping strict controls against more dangerous arms proliferation. Foreign weapons sales soared during his tenure, with the United States retaining its position as the world Euro trademark's top arms supplier. Shares of the 5 biggest U.S. defense contractors, including Lockheed, Boeing, Raytheon Co., General Dynamics Corp. And Northrop Grumman, have more than tripled over the last 5 years and currently trade at or near all-time highs. Foreign military sales in fiscal 2017, comprising much of Trump Euro trademark's first year in office and the final months of Obama Euro trademark's term, climbed to $42 billion, compared to $31 billion in the prior year, according to the U.S. Defense Security Cooperation Agency. The Trump administration has already moved forward on several controversial sales. Those include a push for $7 billion in precision-guided munitions to Saudi Arabia despite concerns they have contributed to civilian deaths in the Saudi campaign in Yemen, a Euro trademark's civil war, and the unblocking of $3 billion in arms to Bahrain, which was also held up by human rights concerns under Obama. Similar concerns have been raised over the administration Euro trademark's preparations to make it easier for American gun makers to sell small arms, including assault rifles and ammunition, to foreign buyers. A draft of the new policy proposals recently finished by interagency teams coordinated by Trump Euro trademark's National Security Council must now be approved by a select group of senior cabinet members before being sent to his desk, the government sources said. Once Trump announces an extensive framework of the plan, there will be a 60-day public comment period. After that, the administration is expected to unveil further details. Some of the changes are expected to take the form of what is formally known as a presidential Euro National Security Decision Directive Euro 2, of the sources said.